Okay, so welcome to our Shred 10 Zoom. Today is February 24th of 2019, and we are going to talk about a program called the Shred 10 program. It is a part of the Healthy Living Revolution that is taking place all over the globe. We are a community of people who are helping others take their health back in ways that are fun, doable, and affordable. And we just love so much getting to gather a group of people who are ready for a lifestyle change and welcome them into doing the Shred 10 program with us. So with that, I will go ahead and share my screen so that we can get started. Okay, can you guys see? Thumbs up if you guys can see my screen.
Yep, we can see.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we lost somebody again, doggone it. Okay, so as I said, we are a community of people that are helping people take their health back. And the question is why? Why are we doing this? And a big reason is because living healthy used to be simple in our world, but unfortunately, it is not quite so simple anymore. And we have two very startling trends in our world that's leading to why it's not so simple anymore. That first trend is that our environmental toxins are increasing. No matter where you go, you are going to be hit with loads and loads of toxins. It's in the air we breathe, it's in the water we drink, it's in the soil that our food is grown in, unless you have a tower garden, that is. We'll talk about that later. It's in the lotions and the potions that we use on our skin, makeup, cosmetics, our hair. And unfortunately, it just seems as though our products and our foods are becoming more and more toxic. And then same thing with our air, and our earth is just becoming more and more toxic. So that is a major concern of what is contributing to why our health is decreasing. The second thing is that our food quality is decreasing. So if you've ever picked up something from one of the middle aisles of a grocery store, a box or a package of something, generally we're talking about something that has a long, long paragraph of ingredients that are not even food ingredients. There's food-like ingredients. And so they're just less nutritious. They're inundated with pesticides and artificial colors, growth hormones, GMOs. We have lots and lots of synthetic vitamins that people are on because they think that it's supposed to be doing something in their body. Flavor enhancers and lots of preservatives. And so this is the second startling trend in our world. So what can we do about that? Well, a lot of people are finding that because of this toxic load, they are putting on lots and lots of weight. They're dealing with disease and chronic illnesses. And if you look at this diagram right here, this is a good example of what happens when we have an onload or an onslaught of toxins in our body. So these little polka dots here that we see, these are representative of toxins in our body. And because the body is so smart, when we are full of lots and lots of toxins, what happens is our body goes into fat production mode, and we have fat cells that will start to enrobe those toxins just to protect our vital organs. So we have now, this is what contributes to the large problem of obesity in our world. But so what people generally start to do is they say, oh, I got to get this weight off, and they start dieting, or they start over exercising, where they just are trying to burn fat. And the problem with that is they may actually lose some weight, but if they are just dieting or exercising without the proper nutrition, they actually will start to stress the body because it makes those toxins, it makes your body open and vulnerable again to those toxins, because they're still there, right? We've maybe gotten rid of some of the fat, but the toxins are still there. So then what happens is we rebound because the body is, again, so smart. It's going to go back into self-protecting itself and go back into fat production mode just to enrobe those toxins with fat cells again. So if you've ever heard of yo-yo dieting, this is kind of a really great example of why that is. It's because of the toxic load in our bodies not being taken care of. But there is a better way, and that better way is to cleanse and actually rid the body of the toxins, so that when you are able to change a lot of lifestyle habits, get rid of the fat and the toxins by eating those kinds of nutrients that the body needs to actually succeed in the weight loss and detox the body, what happens is you have better overall health and less fat, and more muscle and no rebound, because you've been able to get rid of the reason for those fat cells. And I like to say fire the fat, because the whole purpose of those fat cells enrobing the toxins is just to protect your vital organs. So if we get rid of the toxins, then there's no reason for your body to go back into that fat production mode. Hopefully that makes sense. And this is the best way that we know to help cleanse your body and detox your body from all of those toxins. So we are in love with a product that this community has been able to make available for people who are wanting to do the Shred 10 program. It is a product called Juice Plus. It is vine ripened raw fruits, veggies, and berries and grains. And it comes in a capsule or in a chewable. We also have a complete nutrition shake that's available as well that we use with the Shred. So the idea of this whole food plant nutrition is, we know that the only way to get rid of the toxins in our body is to increase the amount of antioxidants that we consume on a daily basis. And the best place to find antioxidants are in plants. So we have reds, blues, greens, purples, yellows, oranges, all the colors of the rainbow that we're consuming on a daily basis with this Juice Plus product. And we are able to better detox the body so that we don't have that rebound, so that we're able to make our body function, organs and all, much healthier overall. So we love this product, and I am actually going to shock and surprise somebody because I did not know that she was going to be on. But I am going to actually ask Brenda. Brenda, I'm going to stop my share. And Brenda, would you just quickly share your story, your Juice Plus story with us?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to. Well, my family and I, we have actually been on Juice Plus for 12 years now. Our kids were 2 and 6 when we got started. Our daughter is 14 now, and our son is 18. The reason we got started was for prevention. My mother-in-law has got diabetes, and I just did not want that for our kids. And so the fact that we could get all this wide array of fruits and vegetables into our kids' diet, that was very intriguing to me. Brianna talked about all of that wide array of colors, and I was like, wow. And I will tell you, I was that mom that would be in the grocery store pushing my cart, and I would kind of bypass that broccoli just because I thought, you know what, Brandon doesn't like broccoli. When in actuality, guess what? It was Mama who really didn't like the broccoli and didn't want to put it in my cart. So when I found out this easy way, man, we were on board. So fast forward these just right at 12 years since we've been on Juice Plus. And what we have noticed is we just do not get sick as often. When we do, we recover a lot faster. My kids are both athletes. We are in the throes right now of basketball season, and they just are able to recover quicker from being out there and playing. And both of them pretty much play the entire game. They get pulled a little bit to rest, but for the majority of the time, they're out there playing. It's a whole lot more fun playing than sitting on the bench. And because of this Juice Plus that has been in their diet for these 12 years, it allows them to do that. So it's such a blessing for us to be able, to have this in our diet. I used to, when I was in my 20s, I had gut issues. I'm 50 now, and I do not have those issues anymore. My husband's an accountant, and so this is his busy, crazy time. He normally would get colds pretty much every year, and he does not suffer from that anymore. So those are some of just few of the things that our family has noticed just by incorporating all of the fruits and vegetables into our diet. Back then, we just started with the fruits and vegetables. We have since added the berries and seen more benefits. So yeah, that's kind of my story in a nutshell. Thanks for letting me share.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I love Brenda when she tells her story. Sometimes she shares the fact that her kids used to get ear infections before they started on Juice Plus. And she a lot of times says like she doesn't know what she stopped, right? Because they apparently when you start with ear infections as a young child, you tend to have ear infections and other lots of sicknesses and things that kind of tend to follow. And you haven't experienced that, have you?
We have not. And I will tell you, my daughter was about 8 or 9 months when she got her first ear infection. And seriously, I was like, oh no, we're going down this road. Mm-hmm. And then we got started on Juice Plus when she was 2. And then my son, he was the one that was 6. So he had his first ear infection at 5, almost 6. That is the only diagnosed ear infection that they have had. Yeah. And so that's kind of, unheard of. But, and I also like to say too, Rihanna, you kind of reminded me, I don't know. I don't have much of a story because I don't know what I stopped.
Right.
That's what she kind of said too, which is a blessing. And I don't want to know what we bypassed. I'm fine not knowing,
Yes. Yes. Ignorance is bliss in this case, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you've been on it for that long, you have the pleasure of being able to say that because your kids were so young. And
yes. And I will tell you too, there's been other people, they talk about, oh my goodness, this season has been so bad just as far as the sickness goes. It's been years. I don't even worry about it.
Yeah. I
just tell them to double up or whatever on their Juice Plus. If they're feeling a little run down, take a little bit more. That's a huge peace of mind as a mom. Because I don't have that worry and everybody's just so concerned. I'm like, whatever, I just move on. It's really a non-issue in our household.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Brenda.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me.
Okay. So we're going to go back to my screen here. Okay. So let's also talk about something that a lot of times people are not quite clear about when it comes to a healthy lifestyle. And so I'm going to ask you, how often do you normally eat? When I was a young mom, I used to actually have to remind myself to eat because I was home with 3 kids. I had 3 kids in 3 years, and I literally would forget to eat because I was just so busy taking care of everybody else in the house. And then when I did get hungry, I'd be ready to like chew my right arm off because I was so stinking hungry, and my blood glucose level was just way, way, way low. And so one of the ways to really help make sure that you're making the really good decisions and you're able to have good willpower to make decisions about what you should be eating is to eat often enough. So to keep your blood sugar level at a good, decent, and balanced rate. So what you see here, and I apologize if you cannot see my screen, but what you see here is this light blue line, and then there's a dark black line here. And within this zone of willpower, this is where you want to stay. So this dark light blue line is what might happen if when you wake up in the morning you have something super sugary to eat, like a donut or something like that, something that's not very nutritious, but it makes your blood sugar just kind of go sky high, and then within the hour you're starting to kind of crash down and you're looking for like to raid the pantry with whatever it is that you can eat. But if you eat something that is nutritious, that's full of fiber, low glycemic, it doesn't have a lot of sugar content in it, you will then be able to kind of be able to stay within your zone of willpower. And if you eat often enough within, the next couple of hours, you will be able to stay in the zone of willpower, and you'll be able to make better choices about what to eat. And so it's as simple as just getting in a habit of carrying healthy snacks with you. If you know you're going to leave the house, make sure you have something that you can snack on, that's nutritious, that's not like super sugary, super processed or whatever, but something that your cells are going to like partaking in. And this is a large part of the shred, making sure that you're eating, making good choices, because what we have found is that your willpower is actually a product of your blood sugar. So depending on your blood sugar level, that will determine a lot of times how much willpower you have to make the right choices of what kinds of things to be eating and consuming. This is, in my opinion, the best way to start your day, is by using these Juice Plus Complete shakes. Myself and my boys that are 12 and 13 years old now, we use these for smoothies or shakes, or even we use the chocolate for hot chocolate in the morning. They are low glycemic, so it's perfect for diabetes or pre-diabetics, and it stabilizes your blood sugar. And then it's vegan, it's non-GMO, it's gluten and dairy free, so we're talking things that are not going to be inflammatory to the gut, which I love. And it's a plant-based protein blend that's in this nutrition shake. So we have protein, we've got healthy carbs, fats, and 13 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, and it's all plant-based, which I love. And there is also even a powerful prebiotic fiber blend with oligosaccharides, and essentially that's a fancy word for the food that feeds the good bacteria in your gut, so that they can just get together and have a party and have fun and multiply themselves. So we essentially want to multiply that good bacteria in your gut, and the best way to do that is to feed it good prebiotics, and these oligosaccharides is actually some of the best. It is not a cheap or inexpensive ingredient, and they purposely put that in there for the sake of gut health, because if you know anything about gut health, you understand how important it is to keep your microbiome healthy, because that's where a large part of your immune system resides and lives. And we make a lot of decisions based on the bacteria in your gut. So those oligosaccharides is actually a pretty phenomenal ingredient in there. So yeah, as I said, you can use it for a healthy breakfast. You can use it for a pre or post workout drink, or even just an afternoon or late night snack. We use this powder for all kinds of things, everything from pancakes to protein bowls, and let's see, cookies. I made some amazing peanut butter, and was a banana peanut butter and chocolate complete bread a couple of weeks ago, and it was so good. And we made that with this powder and a couple of other ingredients. It was so easy, but it was so good, and it was perfect to have on the shred. So you really can do a lot with those shakes. Another part that if you choose to, you can include the Omega blend. This is also a plant-based whole food product. You can, what I love about it is the fact that we know that it helps with the heart, the brain, the joints, skin, and eyes. It's pure and sustainable, meaning we're not having to kill off a whole bunch of fish to make these omegas, because we actually decided to bypass the middle fish and just go right to the plant source that we know omegas come from. So we go right to that algal plant and get the omegas from that, as well as from some other whole food sources like tomato seed oil, sapphire seed oil, pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil. And these are, again, like I said, plant-based oils. And so it's a completely plant-based omega blend without anything that has to do with fish, which means no fish burps. Yay! And it's the full spectrum of omega. So it's not just omega 3s, but it's 3s, 5s, 6, 7, and 9. So you're getting the full spectrum there. So the Shred 10 program is essentially a 4-month lifestyle program with a 10-day jumpstart. And we're focusing and concentrating on shredding the food, the toxins, and the habits that we know are not serving you. And this is what those guidelines are for those 10 days, that 10-day jumpstart. We are going to add more real food. And within that, that's the trio capsules daily and 2 complete shakes a day, because we know that you're going to get a whole bunch of whole food nutrition to help wash out those toxins in your body. And you're going to have plenty of water. I like to say as much water as it takes to when you go to the bathroom, you just see nothing but clear in there. If you see that, then you know you're getting enough water. If you don't see that, you need to keep pushing more water. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours a day, and exercising most days. And then these are the things that we're going to eliminate, because these are the things that we know do not serve the body. And that is gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, artificial and refined sugars, and then eating after 6 o'clock. And that time can kind of be adjusted just depending on what time your bedtime is. We just want to make sure you've had a good 3 hours before you lay down to go to sleep, so that your body has plenty of time to start the digestion process, and your body isn't working on food while it's supposed to be doing all the restorative processes and things while you're, sleeping. So those are the guidelines for the Shred 10 program. And these are some of the most common results that we've seen. People that are craving more fruits and vegetables. That's me, because I used to have like a really, really bad sugar habit, and I used to be a gigantic sugar addict. And I have found myself craving more, fruits and veggies. So people are finding themselves at a healthier weight. They're recovering better from workouts. They're noticing they're not getting as tired. Their muscles aren't as sore. People that are sleeping better, that's also something that I have noticed. Increased energy, even without the caffeine. People are finding that their body is able to make a whole lot of energy on its own. And that's always exciting. People will call me on the 3rd or 4th day and saying, like, where am I getting all this energy from? Well, your body knows how to make energy. That's the way it was made. But when it's not functioning properly, then people get to feeling pretty fatigued. And then they have to rely on caffeine and other things to help them feel like they have energy. Healthier hair and nails and skin, improved regularity, which is a huge one, and increased mental clarity. So I'm going to actually ask Robin, I'm going to stop my share and ask Robin if she would share her Shred 10 story with us.
Sure. So hi everybody, my name is Robin. So my Shred 10 story, I can relate with Rihanna. I am a sugar addict and kind of a salty junk food addict as well. And so when I committed myself to participating in the Shred program, I kind of went all in. So eliminated the dairy, the gluten, the processed foods, the sugar. I'm not a coffee drinker, so that wasn't a problem for me. And really focused on having a nutrition shake for breakfast, having a sensible, like a salad for lunch, and then either another sensible dinner or a shake for dinner, or sensible meal for dinner or a shake. And so over the course of the 10 days, and again, let me kind of rewind. I didn't shred to lose weight. It was more of, I needed to get my gut back right. So a lot of bloating, jeans weren't fitting right, just didn't have the energy, wasn't feeling myself, my energetic, bubbly, feisty, spunky self. So 10 days shredding, got my mind set on, this is what I'm going to do. This is healthy for me, healthy mindset. And by the 10th day, and mind you, this last shred was over Valentine's Day. So it kind of ended Valentine's Day, which, is like the chocolate covered whatever day of celebration. And so I shredded on through that day and rocked it out. But found that at the end of the shred, my fat genes that I have, that we all have on standby, you know, because we bloat when we're on our cycle, or we're going over to somebody's house to eat really, really good. So we want to put those fat genes on. I wore those and was able to stretch those suckers out so far. And I lost inches, and that was due to all of that bloating from the sugars, from the sodium, from the processed foods, from some of the meats that I was eating. And so just an incredible awakening experience for me to see just the power of, hey, this is what I'm doing to my body. And by eliminating this stuff, this is the result, like a healthier me and more energetic me, and a me that fits into jeans and looks kind of good.
Right?
So I love the shred. It's something that I talk about a lot. I share it at work. I share it with friends. And I have some shredders coming on board, and just super, super excited. And again, it's about your mind, right? Like, I shredded before. It was so hard because I was like, oh, I can't have candy. But this, you know, once I finally got my mind changed and was just like, you know what, I don't need the candy. I want some strawberries. I want some berries, or, you know, whatever. It made a world of difference. So I definitely love shredding, and promote that whenever I can. So, yep, that's my story. Fat jeans no more.
I know. It's crazy because people will automatically assume that when we say we're doing something like a shred or whatever, and they think it's something has something to do with shredding like 10 pounds or something like that. And we're like, no,
Right.
It doesn't really have anything to do with how much weight you're going to lose. Although sometimes people do lose weight.
Yes.
Sean has a really good weight loss story. But for me, I'm not doing it for weight loss either. I'm doing simply for the lifestyle habits. And one of the things that I learned most from shredding was how to get to bed on time so I could actually get 7 to 8 hours of rest, because I didn't know this. And when you shred, you're actually going to get a shred guide, which will kind of be like your shred Bible. It'll have all things shred in there, and it'll have lots of different recipes and meal ideas and grocery lists, but it'll answer a lot of questions in regards to why no caffeine? Why are we trying to get to bed by 6? You know, what's the deal with caffeine and gluten and stuff like that? And I didn't realize why sleeping 7 to 8 hours was so important, and all of the processes, all of the hormone processes and restorative processes that are going on during that time. No wonder people are starting to feel so much better by the time they get to day 3 or day 4, because they're sleeping better, they're drinking more water, they're flushing toxins out of their system. And these are habits that you can do for a lifetime. It's not something that you have to only do for so long. And for a lot of people, if they're dieting, that's the problem. You're not going to eat like that, you know, certain way forever. You know, that's going to be something maybe that you do for 10 days or 20 days or 30 days or something like that. But these are shred habits that you can use throughout your lifestyle. And even, and Robin said, you know, she kind of went all in, and I did too. It was difficult because I was used to eating crackers and bread and all kinds of, you know, the gluten and the cheese, the dairy was probably the hardest for me. But what I found is, after shredding and after noticing how I feel without those things in my body, and noticing how I feel with eating really clean, I can now make decisions to, you know, eliminate that fully, or just limit it fully, or limit it, you know. So I would say probably about 85% of my diet on a daily basis is like shred. It's like a shred. And I'm comfortable with that. That has worked really well for me. So I'm not necessarily, you know, I haven't eliminated everything, but I know that when those 10 days come, I can very easily go gluten-free, dairy-free, you know, get rid of the caffeine and all that stuff, without it being a problem, because it's something that's become a part of my lifestyle now for the most part. Okay, so let's go right back here to, so thank you, Robin, for sharing that. So with over 30 published studies, we're actually pushing 40 published studies. The Juice Plus is actually the most researched nutritional product in the world. And I don't know how well you can see it, but there is a list here of prestigious medical institutions and organizations around the world that have put Juice Plus to the test and have found that Juice Plus is able to to be proven to increase cardiovascular health, to protect the DNA, to improve skin health, dental health, just so many different things here that I know for me was kind of eye-opening. And these are actually organizations and prestigious institutions that have been able to actually put these findings in well-known, gold standard, published journals, and so that they can be read by anybody and everybody, and they can see what Juice Plus does in the body. So that's always a really, really outstanding thing that we're able to share with people, is that Juice Plus is proven. It's simple, but it's a proven product. So you're hearing my story, you heard Robin's story, you heard Brenda's story, and basically what the research says, the research just backs up our experiences. And I love that. I love that we have the best of both worlds. So here are the packages for the shred. You can choose where you feel you should start. And there are other packages that we can design if we need to. But the basic package is basically the trio blend of capsules, and enough complete to have 2 shakes a day during that 10-day shred, and then a shake a day during the rest of the 4-month lifestyle program. So you'll have enough of the capsules for the 4 months, and you'll have enough of the complete to have 2 shakes a day during the 10 days, and then trail off to 1 shake a day for the rest of the 4 days. The premium package is actually our most popular package because people want the omega. People are so sick and tired of the fish burps of their fish oil capsules or fish oil omegas, and they want this plant-based omega. So this actually has been our most popular package. It is exactly like the basic, except for it adds the omega. And then the Shred 10 package is the quad. We like to include, when you include the omegas with the trio capsules, we call that the quad. It's the quad, but you get enough Juice Plus shakes, complete shakes, to be able to have 2 shakes a day during the whole 4 months. During the whole 4-month lifestyle program. So after that, you will very well be able to determine what in the world is going in in your body. You'll be able to see so many of the benefits of consuming so much high quality whole food nutrition, and getting your gut clean, and then also using and starting to practice some of those healthier lifestyle habits. And so talk to the person who invited you to this call, because they will be able to give you the pricing on these packages and see what works best for you. I love it because even the Shred 10 package, this one here on the right, this is the one where even if you were to go with this one, the premium is the most popular, but this one here with the 2 shakes a day throughout the 4-month lifestyle program, you can even do this for as much a day as what like a value meal costs today, and less, as much or less as a value meal. Like, that's incredible to me that I could have 2 meals a day, because your shakes are kind of like a meal. So you can have 2 shakes a day and then get 30 plus raw fruits, veggies, and berries every day. It ends up being closer to 50 when you add the shakes in, and even more when you add the omegas in. Where are you going to find a way to get that much whole food nutrition in on a daily basis for so little? So make sure that you ask whoever invited you on this call so that we can get you those. Oh, look, they updated the presentation for me. They actually have the prices in here. The other one doesn't have the prices in it. So this is what I was saying. So here's the premium. It's $5.70 a day. Y'all, people pay more for Starbucks every day for the cost of this premium package. And then the Shred 10 package, again, like I said, that's the cost or less of a value meal a day. So very easy, very affordable to do. Actually, the price this is my favorite part, my most favorite part, because it's so affordable. And then you can design your own package if you would like, but these are our most popular packages, and these are our most recommended packages because you're getting the shakes and the trio blend of capsules, at least those two things, which is what gives people the most optimal experience. So that is our Shred. That is our Shred 10 program. And with that, I am just going to thank you guys for joining us tonight, and I'm going to stop our recording. So if anybody has questions, you can feel free to ask. So welcome and thank you.